Today, there's plenty of confusion.
Is it a gym? Is it an office?
And not enough character.
The thing is, there's blank and there's blank.
As three sellers check out the competition.
This house is lacking colour big time.
Everything's just dumped in there. It puts you off the building completely.
Yeah, definitely.
How can you relax in a bedroom that's an office?
But as they get busy upgrading their homes, some come unstuck and others just get stuck.
Can you not get out?
No, not at the minute.
So can any of them bag an offer from my would-be buyer?
What do you think the missus would think?
She loved this place.
Today, I'm in West Bromwich, right in the heart of the Midlands. House prices here have risen by 5% in the last 12 months. So my three homeowners are keen to get while the going is good and are hoping to interest my buyer, Healthcare Administration Officer Tan and his wife.
So, Tan, I understand congratulations are in order. Newlyweds, 2 months.
2 months.
OK, so this is the start of the next chapter, isn't it? You're looking for a family home?
Family home.
All right, let's start with what you want. What is on your wish list?
Basically, I want to start off with a 3-bedroom home. Detached, if possible, with a garage.
OK.
And garden space. Not too old property.
OK, so you want quite a modern property?
Modern property.
OK.
Yeah.
Your wife's very brave, trusting you to come out and do a property search.
Trust me, she would have been here if she could. She would have.
Is she giving you a big list of...
Yeah, she has.
Now, you've looked at a fair few properties so far, haven't
Yes.
you? You've not managed to find the one.
No.
Why do you think that is?
Just, we haven't got that feeling that comes in.
Right.
You walk in, it's a house. You don't feel like it's a home. And,
Then you need a home.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's my job to help you find one.
Yeah.
To find that modern 3-bed house that could feel like a home, Tan has a budget of just under £185,000. I've got 3 sellers with properties that could all fit the bill, but they all need attention before he takes a look. First up are facilities manager David and his wife Alison, a learning support manager. Judging by the dark and drab walls in their living room, this 3-bed house is starting to show its age.
The decor's got a little tired. Some of it needs some new life put back in it. So we think freshen it all up, make it look better.
I couldn't agree more. At least Alison knows exactly how to motivate David when it comes to DIY jobs.
What I do is I start them badly, knowing he will come in and take over and finish them properly.
And I'll fall for it every time.
This tired Victorian detached has the 3 bedrooms Tan is after, but the dark living room and cluttered office lets it down. It's on the market for just under £175,000. Next up is steel salesman Paul and school dinner lady Mary. They're looking to downsize and have already had a go at giving their 60s semi a makeover to get it ready to sell.
This time last year, it was a lot different than what it is now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We decided to, minimalise everything. So we took all the photos down. It's a blank canvas, really, for anybody to do what they want to do. But I think it's a bit too blank now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Blank equals bland, I'm afraid, and getting rid of the dining table isn't helping the cause.
I like DIY. I put the wardrobe together.
Yes, it's very good like
Yeah,
that.
I do like doing stuff like that.
As I always say, I'll wear the trousers in this house, but Mary tells me which pair to wear.
Paul and Mary's cream-filled 60s semi has the garage space that Tan wants. But will the bland living room and lack of usable dining space be too hard to swallow? It's the cheapest of my 3 houses and is on at £165,000. Last but not least is University Administrator Wendy. She moved into her modern 3-bed semi with her husband Adam 14 years ago, and since then they've decorated it from top to bottom.
The style of my house is very clean, very fresh, and some might say very plain.
But she's let the kids rule the roost and turned the smart conservatory into a playroom. And there's another room that's keeping this house from selling.
I think what actually lets this house down is the bathroom. As it's not a huge bathroom, it's the colour which makes it smaller than it actually is.
Wendy's modern 3-bed semi has the contemporary feel Tan is after, but its baby-sized bathroom and wasted conservatory won't impress. It's the most expensive of my 3 houses at just under £185,000. My sellers have just a week and £1,000 to do their places up. So to help spot what's wrong with their own homes, they now get the chance to snoop around each other's. First to go under the microscope is Alison and David's 3-bed Victorian.
This house has so much potential and an enormous amount of space, but it has been a bit neglected over the last few years and as a result feels very dated. I feel that Alison and David need to fall back in love with this property and inject some colour and ditch this brown. No more brown.
They also need to inject some love outside, as first arrival Wendy quickly spots.
Carport is very messy, very untidy, and just looks like a dumping ground.
It's just a lean-to, isn't it, really? You know what I mean? It's just, everything's just dumped in there. It puts you off the building completely.
Yeah, definitely.
From the congested exterior to the whopping interior.
It is a bit dated. The furniture's brown, the fire surround is brown, all the cabinets and the table is brown.
What colour was that, Wendy?
Everything just seems brown.
Having looking at this now, I think we really need a designated dining area in our own house, as we've not got one at the moment, have we?
Bingo, Paul. Onto the office/utility room.
For a buyer to come in and see this room as it is, it just looks a mess.
It really looks a bit glum, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, and you're talking about a lot of money to get this right.
It's like something your great-grandmother would live in it, really.
Yeah.
So that's how you treat your relatives, Paul. But upstairs is leaving Wendy green with envy.
Bathroom is lovely. I would die for a bath like that.
And beige-loving Paul and Mary have also reached a conclusion.
Maybe we should have some colour in our bedrooms.
I think you're probably right, actually, yeah. We do need something, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes, something, anything. This house sits in the middle of the three at just under 175 grand.
I do think this property is good value for money because you have got a lot of space in this house.
It's a lovely house. It's got a lovely lot of character, but it wouldn't be for us, would it?
No.
That's all.
So while the rivals think the price is competitive, they aren't so excited by the dark decor. Next up, it's Paul and Mary's bland 60s semi.
Paul and Mary have stripped this house of personality in the hopes of creating a blank canvas that will appeal to buyers, but actually it's had the reverse effect because now the house feels instantly forgettable and lacks any character at all. The only feature that I can see throughout the house of any interest is that wonderful fireplace, but the other sellers should take note of the clean and clutter-free lines that you see throughout the property.
First to sneak inside is Wendy.
Buyers may forget about this house because it being a bit bland. Nothing is striking about the lounge.
I think this room lacks personality because there's no pictures, there's no ornaments, there's absolutely nothing. I like minimalist myself, but it looks like it's dressed to sell it.
And things don't improve upstairs.
It is definitely a beige box. This house could be really lovely if there was some colour and just utilised a lot better than it actually is.
If this is the master bedroom, I would worry because it's not a bedroom. How can you relax in a bedroom that's an office?
Good point there, Alison.
I thought my bathroom in my house was small, but this is really small. This house is lacking colour big time. I'm sorry, but I don't like it.
No need to apologise, but in the kitchen, David and Alison have seen the light.
The one thing from what I've picked up from this is that our house maybe is too dark.
This is really light and airy all the way through.
It makes it feel bigger, doesn't it?
Makes it feel bigger, and it makes it look fresh.
Hallelujah! I love it when the penny drops. Paul and Mary's is the cheapest of my three properties and is on at £165,000.
Ours is on at 175, and for £10,000, it's almost double the size.
Yeah.
I think the house is overly priced for what it is.
Last stop is Wendy's three-bed semi.
Wendy has fallen into that classic trap of allowing her kids to take over the house with all their stuff. And this room is a classic case in point. She needs to reclaim some of the space here, but the other sellers should take note of the spacious feel throughout the property.
First to arrive are Paul and Mary.
The outside looks very, very nice indeed. Is
And
that
it's
3 stories high, that?
I'd say so, yeah.
Looks good,
It's newish into like as well. That's
Yeah,
what I like.
it is.
Yeah, it's good.
Garage, yeah, we could do with a garage on the side of ours. We've got the carport. We'd need to put a garage door on, make it a workable space then, wouldn't it?
Glad the message is really being driven home.
Lovely, really lovely room.
Really nice. The colours work well. It's a nice table, actually. Wonder if they'll miss it when we go.
They might.
Really nice, but it's such a waste of a space.
It is.
It's like a children's playroom, whereas this could be a formal
It could
dining
be a
room.
nice, make a nice dining room. All the woodwork and the ceiling's a bit dark.
Yeah.
And that makes it look even smaller, I think.
Yeah.
Not as dark as your living room, David.
Our bedroom is like twice the size of this, but this is made to look bigger, isn't it? We need to do something with ours, don't
Yeah,
we?
definitely.
Move your office out, Paul. That'd help.
It's a nice room, it's quite small, and I do feel it's a bit claustrophobic, but I think that's because we're spoilt with ours.
Yeah, I think the blue tiles make it a little bit small. Maybe they should have gone for the white or even a foot of cream all the way up.
Blimey, didn't take you too long to become experts on light and bright. This house is the most expensive of the trio, on the market for 185 grand.
I don't like modern houses, but if it was something I was looking for, I don't think I'd pay 185.
Not for a semi, no.
It's a lovely place. Whether if I pay that much to it, I wouldn't pay that much for it.
I wouldn't
yeah.
pay that much for it, no.
Buy ours, it's a much better deal.
I'm in West Bromwich, where 3 homeowners are ready to make over their properties in the hope of snapping up an offer from my buyer, recently wed Tan.
The main things I need in the house, it has to be 3-bedroom, spacious living room, spacious kitchen, and I'm happy with that.
After snooping around their rivals' properties, the sellers have learnt a thing or two about what's wrong with their own homes.
We decorated ours like to a blank canvas sort of thing, but it's too blank, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
So
definitely.
we do need to do something with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
My bathroom could do with a bit of attention, and some of the walls could do with a bit of colour.
Our house is very, very dated. Lighter colours, change that horrible carpet. Needs bringing into the 21st century.
Revelations all round for my rival sellers. But with just a week and £1,000 to make improvements, I really need to nail down their priorities. Starting with mum of 2 Wendy's modern family home and that rather cramped bathroom.
I come in here and I don't actually think this is a bad size for a family bathroom, but instantly you've got a lot going on. You sort of walk in and there's all of this here, and it does feel smaller than it actually is. For me, it always sort of reminds me a bit of sort of public loos when you've got floor-to-ceiling tiles. I don't think you need to go top to bottom with it.
I was thinking maybe big, like stony beige tiles in here.
Yeah.
And we may even follow the tiles down on the floor.
Yeah. Keep it light, keep it fresh, brighten it up. But the thought of having to do this to 3 boys in the house, it's quite scary, isn't it?
It is. It'll be a challenge.
Wendy looked a little shell-shocked by my advice in the bathroom, but now we need to have a chat about the kiddie clutter in her conservatory.
I think what needs to happen is you need to reclaim this back as a grown-up space.
OK.
So for the purposes of selling the house, all of these toys need to go somewhere. Reinstate this as a family area, but not a dumping ground. Okay. So maybe think about a nice corner sofa, something like that, a nice big plant in that corner. Possibly even put some colour on that wall, because it is very cream and beige and brown.
OK.
Yeah? 7 days to do a lot of stuff. How are we feeling?
Nervous.
I can see that, but it will be absolutely worth it in the end. It really will. Take my word for it, I promise. I'm not 100% sure Wendy quite understands just how much work is going to be involved in this next week, but I do think if they can make the changes, it will make an enormous difference to the presentation of this property.
It is going to be a challenge, but exciting, hard work. I see a few late nights, but worth it, hopefully worth it in the end.
Wendy gets straight to clearing the bathroom.
Time is of the essence. I'm not very handy usually, but when things need doing and there's obviously very limited time, I am quite hands-on.
As she's only got husband Adam for a couple of hours before he scoots off to work, she's determined to get her money's worth. Eager to crack on, Wendy lends a hand.
Come on, Ewan, Mummy's going to have a go.
Adam's time is up, but backup is on the way.
I've got to get off to work, so I'll leave it to the mother-in-law and father. So hopefully it looks a bit different when I come back.
I couldn't agree more, Adam. Next, I'm at Paul and Mary's characterless 60s semi. The Snoops hammered home just how much character is lacking in their property.
We decorated this house to sell it, leaving a blank canvas, and we've just left it a bit too blank.
The thing is, there's blank, And there's blank,
Yes.
isn't there? And this doesn't actually feel very lived in to me. There are no books, there are no pictures, there's nothing. There's not really an awful lot going on. So what we need to do is we need buyers to come in here and say, oh, that was the one with the beautiful living room. How good are your wallpapering skills?
I thought Amanda'd say
We know a man that's very good.
I've got a couple of samples. Now, you don't have to go down this route. It's just to give you an idea. Right. Something along the lines of that. See, so what you could then do is pick out this colour, which I guess is a sort of duck egg blue, and you could paint the rest of the room in that. So if I just put that against there, can you see instantly?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
How that suddenly goes pop.
I think that'd be nice, Paul.
So where do you eat your dinner, your tea, your supper if you're posh?
Well, at the moment, we're actually eating here on a tray. Okay. To be honest, it's just convenient for us. We used to have a table in that corner there when the children were home.
Yeah.
They're all grown up now and gone.
Don't go crazy, you know, don't get a 8-seater dining table and chairs. No. But just something small, something that would probably fit like this with maybe 2 or 3 chairs, like a little bistro table or something. You don't need to go mad, but you do need to have this as a designated area. Can you envisage this space with those ideas?
That's what it needs.
Yeah.
It absolutely needs
colour,
it.
Yeah.
It's too bland. It is too bland. We need to do something.
Message received loud and clear in the living room. Upstairs, the master bedroom is currently being used as an office and is far from a relaxing place to sleep.
You know what? There's lots of bits and pieces around here that I don't think you really need in here at the moment, including the hanging rail and the chest of drawers. So all of that out. Make it a bedroom again. You want to create a luxurious feel to the room, but you also want it to feel calm and serene. And one lovely way of doing that is using sort of a soft palette of blues and greys and off-whites and colours like that. I wanted to show you a little trick that you can do with these doors that will, again, add feature and detail.
Right.
So I've chosen this wallpaper, which I think is terribly whimsical and romantic. It's really pretty, and it's this kind of colour scheme that I'm thinking for the entire room.
I like that.
Yeah.
You do? Excellent. Yeah. And so sand them back, prime them and paint them. Then you can buy this from any DIY store, and then all you need to do is glue them on, pop it like so, put that on. Look.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Instantly
brilliant. Yeah.
revamped it.
Yeah.
I think you've got a great house, and I think the bare bones are there, but I think just a little touch of luxury and it'll fly.
Yes, I can see that working.
But yeah, that's good then.
Very
Excellent.
nice.
Yeah.
I love these two. They're really up for all the ideas that I've suggested. And they've fallen into that trap that so many people fall into. They create the blank canvas in the hopes that buyers will be able to picture themselves living there. But what they've done, unfortunately, is strip this property of any personality. They've got a fair bit of work to do in the next 7 days, but I reckon they can do it.
The simple little ideas, but I'd never have thought of them. To be honest, it needed somebody else to tell us. The idea of putting wallpaper in a frame on the cupboards, that's truly brilliant. I'm looking forward to doing this now.
As well as colour on the walls, they need better curtains. So their first stop is the DIY store, where Paul knows who's boss.
Well, mine and Mary's tastes, or whatever Mary decides on.
Yeah.
Because I'm not very good at this sort of thing.
They've found a contender for the living room curtains.
As long as we can get that wallpaper that Amanda suggested,
Yeah.
it's ideal matching. I mean, the colours match completely.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
And it prompts Paul to come out of his creative shell.
Now, these are the ones we used to have in the lounge, aren't
Yeah,
they?
but I don't like them, Paul.
Oh, it's the end of that then.
Come on, guys, be brave.
I do like these, you know. I mean, and thinking what Amanda says, we need to come out of our comfort zone, don't we?
Yeah.
One set of curtains and a couple of cushions in the bag. They call it a day.
We've got the bedroom curtains.
Yeah.
We've got the sitting room cushions.
Yes.
Some are on the side backs.
And the
Yeah. So 50% there, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get what we want. We've got a good idea now.
My final stop is at Alison and David's, who learnt on the Snoops that the decor in their Victorian detached is very gloomy.
It's been on for over a year. You've had 4 viewings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Going around the last few houses that we've looked at, we think it may be that it's a little bit dark in here.
Yeah.
And the other problem, we've got no off-road parking.
You do have off-road parking, but it's full of junk.
Yes.
And I know, and this is a huge sweeping generalisation, but most men that I know will find the problem of off-road parking a big no-no.
Yeah.
So for the purposes of selling, that needs to be sorted. Get a garage door on it and clear it out. So let's talk about the room itself. I feel that this room can carry a wallpaper. I'm just going to show you one sample that I have. Something along the lines of that. That all the way around the room would be far too busy. But you could get away with doing something like that. I mean, instantly, look how much that's lightened up that space.
Yeah.
I do like it, I just hate green.
OK, there are other
Something
patterns.
similar along those
Yeah,
lines.
this
Yeah.
is literally just to give you an idea.
Suggestion, yeah.
You could go for something that's much more subtle and light. I want this room light.
Yeah.
We agree.
Rejig as well of the layout down here. Bring that sofa to here, that one to there, turn the table around like that, so you've got symmetry. Do you think that these ideas are fair? Can you see yourself
It's everything
doing it?
I've wanted to do. We just haven't got round to doing it, have we? We know it needs doing.
Should we move into the study? I promise I'll make that much easier.
Absolutely.
Go on, after you guys.
Thank you.
When the other sellers came here, they felt they were a little bit confused. Is it a sort of an addition to the kitchen? You've not got any space in the kitchen for your fridge? Is it a gym? Is it an office? Do you use it? Do you work from here? Great, right. So we'll keep it as an office, but what we need to do is make it feel much grander. I'm going to get some more wallpaper out.
Oh, OK.
Oh, lovely. What about something like that? Or something like that?
I like that one.
So that's that one we like?
Yeah, I love that.
Let me just pop that there then. So that runs the whole length of that wall.
Yeah.
And then you pick one of those lovely mustard yellows of one of the book spines and you paint the fireplace that colour.
Right.
Take that board out and then fill that with logs. Instantly, that feels different. And then the rest of the room, I would probably go something along these sort of lines, something quite light. You could be bold and go for a blue.
I could actually live with that.
I mean, you're pretty handy around the house, aren't you?
you can do anything.
5 days.
I suggest you go out on a wallpaper trip and come back in about 6 days' time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is such a treat to find a period property with so many original features, but I just feel that they're not making the most of them. What I am delighted about, however, is their enthusiasm. They seem raring to go, and I think they will make a massive difference.
I think we've got a lot of work to do with clearing out, moving stuff that we don't need, and also then all the papering and painting. So it's going to be busy and very exciting.
Yeah.
Alison starts decluttering the office while David de-junks that carport.
Most of the stuff in here is mine. There's a little bit of Alison's, and while she's not looking, I might even throw some of hers away.
Funny that, Alison's got the same idea.
Dave's headphones, Dave's work bag, Dave's pool cue, Dave's other pool cue. I'll take your stuff away, Dave.
It's all right, he's taking yours away too.
Dave is a hoarder. And to be honest, he's got rid of a lot, but he still is a hoarder.
This pile's getting bigger and bigger, but the garage doesn't seem to be getting much emptier.
Maybe you should start piling it up in a skip instead, David.
I'm just thinking, one, of where to put it, and two, it's heavy. 3, and it's full of junk.
Yes, but that's your junk, not mine.
I'm in West Bromwich, where 3 sellers are chomping through the £1,000 I gave them to transform their houses, hoping to bag an offer from my buyer, Tan. At Wendy's, her kids, Warwick and Ewan, are under orders to get their toys out of the conservatory.
It's going to be an adult room.
Okay.
No toys allowed. You can manage those on your own, can't you?
Yes.
Good boy. I've ordered some brighten furniture, and we're going to obviously make it more of an extra living space in here.
But upstairs, father-in-law Brian has hit a snag in the bathroom.
Oops. Oh, dear.
I'm sorry, but
Oh, well.
one of the tiles fell off and I couldn't stop it. It smashed that.
Is it just the lid, Brian, that's
Yes,
broken,
it's-
or is it the actual toilet?
No, it's just the lid itself.
I think you'll be lucky to find a matching cistern lid anywhere. At Alison and David's, in the now cleared office, the jet black fireplace is being brightened up with the help of their friend Dean.
Yeah, that's quite wishy-washy, do you think, Dean? It's a bit drippy.
A few more coats to go then, Dean. Outside, David and another mate, Chris, are building the framework for a new garage door. which would turn the old carport into a secure and usable space.
I've never done this before, so I'm hoping that the garage door will just slot into place.
You and me both, David.
This is the big moment where we try the door to see if it fits in the frame that we've made.
With a bit of elbow grease, it fits.
Can you not get out?
No, not in a minute.
Right, I'm going to leave you to it, so get on with it. A pair of you.
They're not genies, Alison. At Paul and Mary's, they're creating a dining area in the living room, but Paul hasn't got a leg to stand on when it comes to building the table.
I've just noticed now, it actually fits perfectly. Now, if I put the leg on the outside rather than the in. OK, to me, to you.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Ah, the joys of flat pack furniture. But the whole dining set was a very reasonable £90. Upstairs, the office-cum-bedroom has been cleared of clutter and decorator Tony is doing something about the boring beige walls.
I hope Paul does like it, because I don't want to paint it again.
Oh, that's looking good, Tone. Very nice. Just painting the walls has made it look warmer rather than being so bland.
Finally, some colour. Over at Wendy's, the bathroom walls have been plastered and now her Uncle Robert is tiling them, which will make the room feel lighter and bigger.
I am impressed with how smoothly everything seems to be going.
Unable to find a replacement cistern lid for her loo, Wendy has opted for a brand new sink and toilet combo, setting her back £470.
Even though the accident did happen, these things can't be helped, but at the end of the day, at least I get a new toilet. It's looking really well. It's all going to plan.
Downstairs in the conservatory, one of the walls is going a much brighter colour.
Well, the brickwork's more or less done. Adam is in the process of painting the main wall. We're really happy with the outcome on the walls now. Don't you think, Adam?
Yeah, it's not a colour I'd have chosen myself initially, but we'll see what it's like when it's all done.
You don't sound convinced, Adam.
The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm actually liking it.
With the first coat drying next door, Adam has a bash at assembling the rattan furniture that's just arrived. Total cost, just over £260.
That's it then. Carry on then.
What, your work's complete? I don't think so. You've got 2 chairs and a table. That's quite nice.
At Alison and David's, they've decluttered the office, so now they've roped in their friend Diane to help decorate it.
Ooh, love it, love it.
I think it's nice. It's brighter than I thought, but I think it'll look nice.
No, I think that'll darken as it dries.
Yeah.
The fireplace is going to be that colour.
Yeah.
I think that'll look really good.
Yeah.
Crack on. Come on, missus, get on.
Alison can crack the whip all she wants, but it's not plain sailing when she tries her hand at wallpapering the dark and dowdy living room.
Because we're papering on paper, because we haven't got time to get the paper off, it's having trouble sticking. The underneath paper's become wet with the paste, and it's causing bubbles in the underneath paper, which is causing bubbles in the paper on the top.
We're going to have to leave it now to dry and see if it'll flatten out. But if that doesn't work, we're going to have to get all the wallpaper off. And that's a mammoth task.
Over at Paul and Mary's, Tony the decorator has finished painting the bedroom, so we're switched to warming up the bland living room. Meanwhile, Paul and Mary are at a local craft shop, having a go at making some bespoke artwork to liven up their very bare walls.
Paul, I don't know what I've done here. That's what it's supposed to look like, but it's here.
You've put your artistic bint on it yourself, haven't you? That's
Their creative differences soon start to show.
It's in a bit of pink, that's a lot of pink. You're losing all this then.
Do you not like it, love?
Oh, that doesn't feel right. I'm sorry.
All right, Paul. I thought Mary wore the trousers when it came to the last word.
That is beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
After getting in touch with their artistic sides, Paul and Mary return home to check on Tony's handiwork in the living room.
Now that
that's nice.
is entirely different to what I thought it was going to be.
It's lovely. It's a warm colour, isn't it?
It's lighter than I thought.
With the wall painted, they can turn their attention to the wallpaper, although they've chosen a different one to the one I suggested.
In all honesty, I had my doubts, you know.
No, it is something I'd never... we wouldn't buy because we wouldn't think it'd look nice. But now with the colour and this paper, it's beautiful.
Over at Wendy's, the transformation of the cramped bathroom is almost complete.
Oh, wow.
I like that.
Looking good?
Looking good. Absolutely.
Right, that is beautiful.
Lovely colour. Just makes the whole bathroom look a lot fresher.
You see the light at the end of the tunnel at last now.
They just need to fit the replacement loo. Downstairs, the freshly painted conservatory is barely dry before they move in the now fully assembled furniture.
It does feel good. I'm really pleased and really excited about this room being complete.
A week ago, the conservatory was a wasted space. Now it's a great living area that the whole family can enjoy, all for £523.
Delighted?
I'm absolutely amazed and I absolutely love it.
It is wonderful. And what a colour.
I know.
That was a bold and brave decision. I really like it. It really works. Because the boys have their rooms, don't they? And they're big rooms and there's enough space for them to put all their toys in. And you've reclaimed the space. What do the boys think of the room?
They absolutely love it. It's an adult's room now, as they call it.
But you let them in here?
Occasionally.
As long as they don't sit on anything.
That's it.
Don't sit on the cream cushions.
That's it.
The floor-to-ceiling tiles in this bathroom made it feel smaller than it actually is. By going for lighter tiles and a more neutral colour scheme, it now feels airy and spacious.
So much lighter, brighter, fresher. I love these. These are stunning. Are you pleased with it?
I absolutely love it. We're really pleased with the result.
Yeah, it is just incredible. It feels bigger. I mean, it's not the biggest bathroom in the world, but it feels much bigger than it was. I mean, you've gone over budget, haven't you? And I would have been amazed if you hadn't gone over budget with what you've achieved in both rooms. Massively?
£750 over.
Okay, but look what you've got.
That's it. It's made a massive improvement.
It's made an enormous difference. Everything from the floor tiles to the wall tiles to the colour. It's just brighter and fresher. And bathrooms are one of the things that put so many people off. If you've got a tatty bathroom or a dated bathroom, a lot of people will think, oh, don't want to tackle that and I can't live with it as it is. So you've lost a sale. But with this one, just move straight in. It's brilliant.
That's it.
Hot soaky bath in that tonight, then.
Oh, no, definitely, without a doubt. On my own.
Yeah, perfect.
Over at Alison and David's, the wallpaper in the living room did dry out in the end, and the whole room has a bright and bubble-free finish. The drab and dreary carpet is being replaced with a brand new one at a cost of £290.
Good job you're here, Steve. It took me 3 or 4 hours to do this on my own.
Then the furniture can be repositioned to make better use of the space. And in the office, the last rolls of wallpaper are going up before David and Alison can take a well-earned rest.
I'm tired, but I want to get it finished.
I'll be really glad to sit down when this last bit's done, so get a wriggle on, Dave.
In the living room, the depressing brown wallpaper has been replaced with an elegant and light counterpart, lifting the entire space. All the wallpaper for this vast room came in at £160.
Oh, that's bold wallpaper though, isn't it, Dave?
Very bold. It's a lot bolder than I would normally have gone for, but I do think it works.
But you know what? It's bold but subtle. Like in this, you've managed to do the whole room in it.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderful. Just by rearranging the furniture as well.
Yeah, it really, really helped, yeah.
It looks huge and bright, clean.
Yeah, fresh.
And back to the Victorian...
Yeah, it's like a Victorian parlour.
The office had become a junk room. By adding a characterful bookcase wallpaper and a strong colour to the walls, it has become a classically inspired gentleman's den. And all this for just under £300.
I love the wallpaper. I'm such a fan of that bookcase wallpaper. I just think it really, really makes a room.
Yeah, I love that. I think that looks amazing.
You could have gone around the whole room with that wallpaper as well, couldn't you,
I think you could have done
it. It could have easily taken it.
I think this yellow, even though I didn't like it, I think it brightens the room up. I think it's lovely.
You've also somehow managed to find the time to sort the garage out as well. When on earth did you do that?
Yeah, that was a major task.
What was a cluttered carport is now a fully usable and working garage.
I absolutely love it. It's just transformed it. It really has.
At Paul and Mary's, the dreamy master bedroom is close to completion. Ever-faithful decorator Tony is just filling the wardrobe beading with the floral wallpaper to continue the peaceful theme.
Oh, that's lovely, Sam.
Oh, Paul, is that okay for you?
That is absolutely beautiful.
Happy upstairs, downstairs Paul and Mary add the finishing touches to the living room.
And this time yesterday I was quite worried, to be honest. But everything seems to come together today in leaps and bounds.
What was once a bland and uninviting living room has been given splashes of colour and detail by adding a pretty wallpaper and patterned soft furnishings. The new dining set helps define the different spaces in the room.
Wow! Beautiful. Considering you guys were so frightened of colour and of anything other than beige.
We were, yeah. We were.
You've totally surpassed yourselves, haven't you?
Beautiful.
It's such pretty wallpaper,
Yeah,
and it's really framed what I thought was one of the most beautiful and interesting features that you've got in the whole house.
Yeah, it is nice.
Really makes it stand out.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this, because this is so pretty.
Yeah,
We crafted that ourselves. It was a great day out. Really enjoyed it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
And a table, a dining table and chairs, somewhere to eat.
Yes.
It's going to make the world of difference.
Oh, it will do, yeah.
Yeah, it really will. It all blends, and now it's a really memorable room.
Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah.
Got to get the agent back. Get him back, start taking some
I
pictures.
just said that.
Upstairs, the cluttered and disused master bedroom has been totally refreshed with a calming floral wallpaper and matching accessories, all for a total spend of £430.
Thinking back to this 7 days ago, and it was just a sort of dumping ground, wasn't it? It was kind of, don't know what to do with this, shove it in the back bedroom.
Yeah, definitely.
And now it's just lovely, and you've dressed a bed properly, yes! This is going to fly now, it really
I
is.
think so.
Does it make you want to sort of do the rest of the house now?
Yes, it
Yes,
does.
yeah, we're already talking about it.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's utterly transformed those.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really pretty. You've done a fantastic job, because it's difficult. If you live in a beige box, you tend to think in a
Yes,
beige
you
world,
do.
don't you? But to step out and do what you've
It
done,
opens your eyes completely.
top marks.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm in West Bromwich, where my 3 rival sellers are hoping their overhauled houses will attract the attention of my buyer Tan and his budget of 190 grand. Paul and Mary have injected colour and personality into their once bland home.
Bedroom is really, well, that's gorgeous. And this is so bright, isn't it? It's pleasant to look at it.
now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Wendy has brought a sense of light and space to her bathroom and conservatory.
Feel really happy, relieved and stress-free. I didn't think we was going to manage it, but we did.
And Alison and David have refreshed their dark and cluttered downstairs.
Brought it back to its former glory. And the study is my favourite room out of all of them. I just think it looks lovely.
First stop for Tan is Paul and Mary's.
So this is property number 1. It's not that modern. It was built in the 60s, but it is semi-detached, lots and lots of space. Parking for about 20 cars out here. Initial first impressions.
It is nice. I do like it from outside.
What about the road? Does the road bother you? We've got to discuss it. 'cause it's there.
Main road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a turn down.
Well, let's get inside and see whether you like it.
Okay.
A lukewarm response outside. Inside, the once forgettable reception room now has a clear identity.
So what do you think of the style of the room and the size of the room? Is it what you were imagining?
Size of the room is fine, but it would be nice to have a separate dining.
Yeah, that's the one thing this house doesn't have, is a separate dining room.
Separate dining, but can extend to conservatory outside there, so there's enough space.
Easily, there's a lot of space.
Upstairs, the cluttered office/bedroom has been redefined as a stylish master suite.
Size-wise?
Size-wise is really nice.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Colour, decor, quite romantic.
it is.
So have you found when you've been looking around that you've come close a few times, but there's always been something that's put you off?
There's always that one thing that puts you off.
Okay.
Yeah,
And is there one thing here that puts you off?
just the main road.
The main road?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. How much do you think it's on the market for?
167, 950.
Blimey, that's very precise. It's on a 165. So that would leave you with a lot of money left over to make changes, to make it bigger if you wanted to. I know that face.
Yeah,
when
not
you do that, I know when I'm beaten. Should we move on to the next one? This isn't for you, is it?
No, not really.
No. All right, never mind. Nice wallpaper, though.
The noisy road seems to have scuppered this property's chances. Moving on to Wendy's 3-bed semi.
So this is a very different concept for you, Tan. It's modern. It's like that you asked for. It's all 3 stories. So your initial impressions from the outside?
I like it from the outside.
You do? What do you like about it?
It looks modern
Yeah.
and it looks appealing to me.
Good. That's what we want. We want appealing. You've got your own garage, you've got a great garden at the back and off-road parking here as well.
Off-road parking, yeah.
I think it's a very handsome house. I think it's beautiful. Let's get inside and see what you think. An encouraging start. Inside, the revamped conservatory could be the extra family space Tan is looking for. What do you think of it?
Really nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's nice light. I like the deck as well.
Good garden. So I'm seeing a twinkle. Am I seeing a twinkle or am I just hoping I'm seeing a twinkle?
No, this is much better. It's much more spacious. And it's just the colour scheme.
Modern.
Yeah,
Would you change
loving
this
it.
at all? Or?
Not at all. It's lovely the way it is.
What do you think the missus would think?
She loved this place.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That definitely hit the mark. Upstairs, the retiled and refitted bathroom will hopefully impress. Is this how you would decorate a bathroom? Is this your sort of idea of colour and style?
Yes, definitely. I like the way the shower's tiled all the way to the top.
Excellent.
So I don't have to do nothing, really, anything around here.
You literally just... See,
yeah.
the thing is with this house, for me, this is the one that you just move straight into.
Yeah.
Is there anything looking around it yet that you think, oh, actually, I would move or I would change or I would...
Not really, no.
Right on the money there. On the third floor, the converted attic bedroom could seal the deal. So here's a nice little added bonus.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's really nice.
Do you guys ever work from home?
My wife does. She works quite a bit from home.
Yeah. You see, at the moment, you could put a day bed up here, have this section as her office, or she could have it as her dressing room.
Exactly.
Let me talk to you about the price of it then. What do you think it's on the market at?
This one, I'd say about 179.
Smidge over, 184,950.
184.
Yeah. A little bit more than you thought it was. Does that turn you off it, or do you think that's a reasonable price?
It's a reasonable price for the area and the house.
OK.
Yeah.
Right, let's ponder a while and go and look at the next one. He loved it. Last to be viewed is Alison and David's house. So, Tan, this is, again, such a different concept. You wanted detached, it's detached. It's a lot older than you might have necessarily wanted, because I know you said you liked modern, but you get so much more house for your money if you go sort of Victorian, Edwardian era. But it's not doing it, is it? I can tell.
There's no drive.
No, but there is off-road parking with the garage.
Parking,
yeah.
yeah.
But we need to get inside, don't we?
Yeah, we need to
All
see
right,
from inside.
let me show you inside then. Come on in. Inside, the dark and dowdy living room has been totally transformed. Look at the size of this. What a whopper.
It's big.
It's enormous.
The room is big, but it's not my style.
It's not your style? No. OK. Just because it's old and you prefer modern and sleek?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Horses for courses, because otherwise everyone would live in Victorian houses,
Yeah.
wouldn't they? I'm going to show you a little bit more.
OK.
Come and have a look at the study. I've got one last throw of the dice here. Next door, the cluttered office has become a refined gentleman's den. Grown-up study. Stroke, possibly kids' playroom.
There's a nice room, though.
What do you think your wife would think of this?
No.
Fair enough. You can't... Why do you think she wouldn't like it?
It is a big house. It's just...
Maybe too much?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Not feeling it?
No.
OK, I know when I'm defeated. So whilst there's a clear favourite for Tan, will he want to take things any further with any of the houses? So Tan, three very, very different properties. I thought I'd throw a few curveballs at you. Some you loved, some you didn't like quite as much. So let's start with the ones that you didn't like. I'm guessing the Victorian detached was just not your cup of tea at all, was it?
No. It's just when I walked in there, I didn't feel...
You didn't feel it?
I didn't feel it.
We got a slightly warmer, albeit lukewarm, reception for the 1960s semi. What were your feelings on reflection with that one?
That one, again, when I walked in there, I didn't feel it.
You didn't feel it?
No.
So the gut feeling standing outside the three-storey modern property was good, wasn't it? I was picking up good vibes from you.
Yeah.
What was it you liked about it?
Firstly was the drive. The conservatory was lovely.
Yep.
And I really liked the three-storey.
You like the space?
Yeah.
It's a great, great house.
Yeah, it is.
It's a wonderful house. Is it something that you think your wife would like, though? That's the important question.
It is.
I think she needs to have a look at it.
So strike while the iron's hot, get in there tomorrow, and do let me know.
Yeah, I will.
Very, very exciting.
Yeah.
So, a second viewing for Wendy.
I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I'm happy that he actually liked my property and thought my property was the best, so I'm really pleased and happy.
So, no second viewing from Tan, but the transformations mean the other sellers are all one step closer to making a sale.
It's been stressful at times, but we're glad we've done it. And if he doesn't want this, I'm sure somebody else will.
Well, fingers crossed we'll be able to sell it anyway. No, it looks so lovely. I'm sure the next ones through the door will be interesting.
Yeah.